I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to hear me, but I'm starting book 4. Let's go. And I'm probably going to read for like an hour. It's currently 7:58. So we'll stop at 9 because I want to shower and stuff before I go to work. Or not shower, take a bath before I go to work tomorrow. Just to relax because I'm so sore. But yeah, I'll come at you when there's stuff happening. Okay, not Charlie. Basically saying like, do I love you? Do I not? Like he keeps going back and mother had to tell Nick he loves him, and his sister's like, what are you doing? Stop spying on me. Stop declaring your love so loudly then. To his siblings. It's so cute. I noticed that it's like every 10 pages, but aren't they so adorable and cute? Now I'm saying I want to tell Nick that I'm in love with him. Dude, you're already dating. I know that. I don't know why like the facials make me laugh out loud. This makes me sad. Like you can tell he just wants to have a good time, but he's like too in his head. Isn't that perfect Nick over here? Like noticing? I swear Brayton is like the happiest place on earth, and I will be going there one day. Have no fear, I am manifesting it. This is me putting it into the universe. Oh. So his telling Nick that he loves him didn't go to plan, because Nick has been doing like a ton of research on Charlie and just what he's going through. And he's like, I think you have an eating disorder, and then Charlie just like agrees with him. Instead of saying that he loves him, obviously. And that's where I'm at, and it's like making me sad. And they're like just in like the car and stuff now. But I also feel like he secretly knew he had an issue and needed to get help, but he just didn't know how. And all of that. And so like someone saying, I think you have this, and agreeing with it just kind of helps, I guess. All the pictures on Nick's wall of him and Charlie and like some of their friends. Not the photo on my tail. Not Charlie saying I love you to Nick in the shower. He's like, you know, when we were talking in the sea. Yeah. What do you mean? When you asked me whether the eating thing was what I wanted to talk about, that wasn't actually what I was going to talk to you about. I was actually gonna say I love you. So yeah, anyways, I like bolt out of the house. I'm like, hold on. And then Nick just like bolts out of the shower. Nick goes, you said it to me while I was in the shower? And don't you dare say sorry. Because like Charlie has a thing for saying sorry, and Nick is like, don't say sorry, like you don't always have to apologize. Like say sorry. They both said I love you. That's so cute. Okay, so Charlie and his parents are getting in a fight. More like Charlie and his mom are getting in a fight. Okay, so Charlie and his mom are like getting in a fight. He thinks he's spending too much time with Nick. He did come over and all of Nick's clothes, so like I can like this. How it looks a little fishy. My phone cut off, so I don't know what I filmed last, but basically he's like stopping upstairs room, and his sister's like looking all sad because she knows that he wanted to tell Nick that he loved him, and he did, and she like helped him to get the courage to do that. And his dad's like to his mom, Julie, you can't undermine like that in front of him, because like his mom thinks he's spending too much time with Nick and isn't like taking his life seriously enough because he has exam year coming up and all of these things. So petition to have like David thrown out of the series or this book, because he's basically like, he like whacked Nick's phone out of his hand. It's like, what, we're on holiday, get off your phone, just off. Oh, don't throw a tantrum. You've been on your phone with your little boyfriend nonstop. And like didn't know when your boyfriend was so codependent, and you haven't even told dad about it. That's gonna be awkward on your birthday. Like, shut up, David. Literally, like, don't be like let Nick and Tori live their best lives. I'm sensing that Tori is starting to notice Charlie's not doing too well. But we'll see, because his grandparents are coming to visit right now. It breaks my heart because Charlie's telling Nick that he can't tell his parents about his whole eating thing because like, my mom's just not like your mom or family. We just don't talk about things like that. And it breaks my heart because I feel like everyone should feel like they're able to talk to their family about issues. I know not every family's like that, obviously. Like, I'm not naive and stupid to that. But it's just sad. Oh, Nick. He's crying to his mom because he's like so worried about Charlie. I'm obsessed with Nick's mom. She is so sweet. And like helping Nick find ways that he can help Charlie and encourage Charlie to talk to his family and all that. Like, she's so sweet. Can anyone be like Nick's mom? So you know the teachers that went on the Paris trip? You better go before someone sees us sitting together. Why? Is it forbidden to carpool with another teacher? Well, now that we're both teachers at Truman, we should be careful. The kids won't shut up about it if they find out we're dating. So we're dating? I sure hope we are. We spent the whole summer seeing each other. See you at lunch. Oh my goodness, that's everything. Nick and Charlie. Also, Nick's dad's a bit of an ass. Like, he didn't want to do this to his son's birthday. Like, he was so excited. And I remember on the Paris trip, his dad also was like, he was trying to make plans to like see his dad. And his dad was like, sorry, I'm busy, I can't come. Your son's literally in the country that you live in and you're not making time for him. But at least he has Charlie and his mom. And they're friends. That's like the cutest little gift, a little like scrapbook of like their memories together. And like throughout the book, at like the beginning of the books, it shows like a little scrapbook page or two. So I feel like that's like referencing that scrapbook. And like him filling it out throughout their journey. I love this series. It's literally giving me life. Nick is literally the most perfect boyfriend ever. He's like, I can hold your hand and be there for you if you need me. Last storage, don't know where I cut off. But he's like, I'll be there to hold your hand while you tell your parents, because Charlie's really worried about telling his parents at the thought of them being angry, just not believing him or thinking like he's dramatic. And I'm literally like, ended up seeking help for his mental health at like a facility, hospital kind of thing. And he's home just in time for the Christmas season, and they're so cute. They're like decorating the Christmas tree, and Nick is like talking about how much better Charlie's been getting. Even though like, you know, it never goes away, you still deal with it. But like, oh, they're so cute. He got a new puppy. I forgot about that. He has a new little puppy named Henry. I'll cheer him up a little bit. Like a little cute little ugly pug. Aw, cute New Year's kiss. They're so adorable. I love them so much. So basically they're just going through a sequence of like him reading his journal and like his therapy thoughts and feelings about his time in the psych ward and with his therapist Geoff, and how Nick and his family and friends were there for him, supporting him through everything. You just find out through Charlie's journals that Tori made a friend. That's so important because she's like kind of an outsider in this whole thing, and she doesn't really have friends, but she made a friend named Michael or Mitchell, and they're like low-key kind of cute together. And in Charlie's entries, like, I don't think they're dating, but Tori won't tell me anything. He's kind of the opposite of her, but they seem to get along really well. They just click, maybe like me and Nick. So Nick just came up to his dad, and it kind of blew up in his face because his brother David was trying to like out him, I guess, to his dad. And then Tori, like being Tori, like dug her nails in the room, as she should. And he kind of like stormed off and like yelled out loud perhaps his dad, like, I don't care what you think about me. I like who I am, and I'm happy with who I am and who I'm with. So as they should, you know? So Charlie's brother David is like talking on the phone about how he's like made a big deal and how he's pathetic, and then Tori like kicks his phone and he was like, what the fuck? And then, you're pathetic little man. Cutie. So I literally just grinded out book 4, and I don't know if you can see that, but the sun is like very much setting. So I've been out here for like over an hour. I'm gonna go in and have a bath soon, but I wanted to do my little like thoughts and debriefs really quick. I'm talking super fast because I don't have any storage. I need more storage. I need to get like an external hard drive. That's what I need. Anyways, it was so cute. It was so good. I'm so excited to move on to the next book, and I'm gonna start that tomorrow and get this vlog up maybe this weekend. We'll see. But it was so cute. It was so fun. I like the ending. And his mom's like finally coming around to him and Nick being like close together, because she was like concerned that they were spending too much time together and everything. And Nick got his license, so they went on a drive. That was like the ending of the book. And I brought my book back out. I didn't even need this. I was only supposed to read till 8. It's currently 9:10. But I was like, I might as well grind it out. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys tomorrow when I'm starting the next book. I'm back to swimming position on the couch for the rest of the video as I read the 5th book in the Heartstoppers series. I'm lucky sad that I finished the series really fast, but it's so good. So I'm gonna start this, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. This is what I was talking about earlier, how they do like, how he's using a little memory scrapbook. At the beginning of each book, he makes like a few pages. It's Charlie's birthday. He's celebrating with all of his friends and Nick, and it's so cute. And Nick is like talking about how he's going off to college next year. So that's creating like some tension in their relationship. But they're celebrating his birthday, so it's been a few days since I've picked up that book, and I'm gonna finish it today. And hopefully I'll have this video like finished and edited by tomorrow night. So let's get on to it. Back reporting live from my balcony. It's really hot outside. The sun is setting. I might have to go to the other side. So we don't have any like patio furniture or anything that I'm working on now. Anyways, reporting live from my balcony. I'm gonna try to finish this book. Let's grind out because I'm reading another book. I said that earlier. So I'm excited. But I'm reading another book, which is, I just want to read it so bad, but I need to finish this video. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will update you as I'm reading. Guys, so I just got home from work. So basically Nick and Charlie at this point in the book are like at a bit of a crossroads of like what to do, because they're both wanting to take their relationship to the next step, but they're both like, well, I don't know if the other person wants to. So they're like talking to their friends about it, but not talking to each other. So I think soon they're gonna end up talking to each other about it. Hopefully soon. So they're finally talking about like wanting to do more with each other and all that. So at least they're communicating now, because before it was just with their friends, and that's not gonna get them anywhere. But they're such a cute couple, and I'm obsessed. And I'm really sad that once this book is done, I've read the entire series. So I will be rereading the series again, because I do read it every year. Maybe I'll read it again in the fall. This kind of feels like a fall series to read. I don't know. We'll see. Pretty sure I just saw a flying ant or a wasp. So we're resuming on the couch. Nick is so real for that. He goes, I just don't know what to do with my life, and it feels like I have to make a decision right now. I feel like everybody in their 20s has definitely had that thought once or twice, because I feel like life is just kind of on this timeline, like, if that makes sense, like generations of timelines and whatnot. Like your parents' timeline of like, you go to school, you go to college, get married, you have kids, you work a 9 to 5. Repeat. And like that's a generational cycle. But like you really don't have to have everything, in the moment. Like, I know so many people who go to school for one thing and never end up using their degree. Because of, like, the job pool is, like, very, like, not a lot of jobs for certain things. Like, you go to school for what you're interested in, but it's the job right after you graduate good and stuff. And just, like, so many other, like, little factors. Like, you don't have to have it figured out right now. The best things come when you least expect. That goes for everything, and I'm a firm believer in that. Okay, so Charlie's teacher just handed him an application. He's like, you're staying at Truman for 6th form, aren't you? Yeah, good. Well, I wanted to give you this. And it's a student application form for head boy. And his teacher goes, I think you should apply. He's like, you're smart, you're a strong person, and I think you could do a lot of good for the kids at this school. Like, that's a huge compliment. And he's so real for that. He's so real for thinking that, because Charlie would make the perfect head boy for the school. Like, I don't see anyone else making head boy, but Charlie, definitely. I love how Nick and Charlie are, like, wanting to have a sleepover. Like, my parents would never allow that to happen, especially in high school. A sleepover with a boyfriend would never happen. Oh my god. So Nick just, like, told his mom, like, I want to try a new recipe, trying to get his mom in a good mood so he can ask her about a sleepover with Nick. Or Charlie was recipe with his mom. And literally, I can't believe what's just happening. Basically, he's like, I'm not a child, and if I want to spend time with my boyfriend, then I will. You can't stop me. And then his mom goes, I hate you. Is that how you talk to your mother? And slaps him on the face. So obviously he leaves, and she's like, Charlie, don't you dare. And he puts on his shoes and he leaves and slams the door. What in the world is happening? And on top of all of this, they finished the school year, so they're just doing their GCSE exams, and Nick is going to go on a trip to view universities, because he was talking about going to Kent University, which is close by, so he can be close to Charlie, but I feel like he's going to pick a different university, one that's a little farther away to get the true experience. We'll see what happens there, though. Oh, Nick! Outfit change, by the way. He goes, when I realized I was bi, I feel like I woke up. Not just my sexuality, but like my thoughts and feelings and personality, because I was repressing so much of myself before then. I can't with Nick and Charlie. They're just, like, adorable. He goes, but I think I still hide behind that mask a lot of the time, just laughing and joking with my mates, but never really opening up to anyone. Now that I've been thinking about uni and my future, I've realized there's so much about myself I need to figure out. Which leads me to suspect he's gonna go to a college and not go to Kent. Never shoot with between my legs. And not go to Kent. So my straps are freaking weird. And I love them. So they're viewing the colleges, and Tara, Ellie, and Nick, and Nick's talking to them about how they feel about doing a gap year, or like how they're not afraid, like if they're afraid or not of like doing long distance, and like and all that. And she was basically like, not really, I mean, it's not ideal, but trains exist, and Darcy will probably be crashing at my place a lot of the time anyway. You haven't thought about taking a gap year. So he's like really conflicted in what he wants to do, if that is like taking a gap year, going to University of Kent, going farther. Like, he really needs to, like, he's having a hard time thinking about himself. It's mainly just like he's thinking about him and Charlie, what it means for him and Charlie, which makes sense, but he needs. So Nick is visiting the University of Leeds, and he sees like the rugby team and the field, and like they're really nice, and and like he meets one of his partners also on the team, and he just like looks like he's having such like a good time, and like he's like really contemplating it, but he's still really contemplating whether or not, and he's basically like, if I move away, I'm gonna hurt Charlie, but he's like, I'm scared to be away from him. I don't know who I am without him. And then his friend goes, maybe it's time you find that out. And then his sister, and now we're at the part of the book where his sister's like, I'm just not attracted to people in that way. And Charlie goes, I wasn't gonna say anything. I don't actually know much about asexuality, so that's why you don't want to be his girlfriend. And because she's kind of like seeing this guy, but they're not actually official. And Charlie's getting ready to perform, and Nick's still not there yet. And he's like, I'm going at the speed limit. Drive! Everyone stop shouting. So cute. He's performing. And Nick's in the crowd, and he's blushing as ever. And his parents, oh my god, his mom. His mom is like, you're great, Charlie, whatever. Like, well, I think we're heading home. I'm guessing you want to stay with your friends. Yeah, I think we're gonna go hang out for a bit longer. And I'm staying at Nick's tonight. And his mom goes, okay, see you tomorrow. We love a mom who becomes understanding. Look at them. Oh, cuties. Oh my god, I love them. And he finally feels comfortable with taking his shirt off, because with his whole ED and everything, he was like very insecure. Not necessarily insecure, but just not super confident in himself. He's finally telling Nick about him getting the offer as head boy. My phone got out of storage again, so I don't know where I was at. But basically, Nick told Charlie that he's thinking about going away from university. Charlie goes, that's amazing, Nick. You're okay with it? Well, you never sounded that enthusiastic about Kent. I want you to be somewhere you'll be happy. So he chose Leeds, as long as he gets in. So if you get in, it'll be long distance. Yeah, how weird. From work, I showered, everything. On my way home from work, I went shopping. Kind of. I got 2 things from it. I used a gift card. I bought 2 things, and then I went to the bookstore because today should be a national holiday. Because Heartstoppers Volume 6 came out. I'm so excited. She's thick. I'm really tempted to just sit and read the whole thing right now. But I'm doing a reading log of the whole series, so I can't do that right now. I'm gonna really try to wait, but I'm probably not gonna be able to, and we'll be up late reading that, even though I have work in the morning. But I'm currently sitting on my chair. I was watching a show and stuff, so yeah, bye. Okay, I'm putting a pause on reading book 1 because I'm too excited about book 6. I can't wait. So I am going to be reading this, and I'm just going to put these clips like later in the video. So I'm on page 14, but I am literally so happy to be back in this universe reading these books. I'm literally so happy. What is there chargers on there? They're so cute, and I'm just like, I'm not ready for the series to end. I do have a feeling it's a Heartstoppers after all, Charlie and Nick forever, so they're gonna end up together. Like, not, they're already together, but like, end game. Like, they're not breaking up at the end of this book. Okay, so it's the next day, and I'm reading some more of the book, and I'm trying to find like a good way to put this, but it's like plugged in. My phone is, it's so cute. It's so cute. I love how supportive the friend group is, and they're just so cute. And like, it's just so cute, and I love how supportive the friend group is, because like Charlie wants to run. Okay, not Charlie going to perform on the stage, his speech, and like Nick comes over like, I'll be really quick, sir. You feeling okay? Oh no, but it's too late to back out now. He's like being so reassuring, and like, and then he's like, they're not real people. I can fantasize that they're real people and that I'm their best friend and that I'm in the same friend group as them. God, this is weird. Anyways, back to reading. I also love this graphic, how it shows like him in like the first book and like him now, like then and now. Like that's so, I love that so much, and I had to share that. Charlie's speech for Head Boy is so good. If he doesn't get Head Boy, I'm always so mad, but we know this series and I know the author's gonna pick him to be Head Boy, so we really got nothing to worry about there. But like his part of his speech is, I want to be head boy so I can combat the bullying culture at Truman. I want to appoint a team of 6 farmers who you can talk to if you're experiencing bullying. I want to create some lunchtime club rooms where you can hang out safely. I want to make it easier and safer to exist as a person in this school no matter who you are. Boy, do I wish I had that when I was in middle school. I knew we had nothing to worry about. Yay! I want a man to look at me the way Nick looks at Charlie a year and a half into the relationship. He's like, now that Charlie's becoming head boy, he's quitting the rugby team. I don't know if it's because he's becoming head boy, because like he's saying, I'm gonna have a lot of extra responsibility at school now. I don't want to get overwhelmed and stressed out. And part of me is like, is that because he's head boy or because Nick is leaving to go to college after this school year? Come on, Plexi. Come up, sweet girl. He only joined the team because he fancied Nick. Big fat crush on Nick. That's cute. If I was athletic, I had any athletic bone in my body, I would do the same thing, but I don't. I'm a good cheerleader, but no athletic bone in my body. Like, stop. I can't get enough of this couple. Like, I am so sad when this book series ends. I'm gonna be so sad. Like, I need to do my yearly reread. I reread this series, like, at least once or twice a year. It's so good. Back at my apartment, so a new location commenced. And Charlie's brother, or not Charlie, Nick's brother, David, moved back home. Like, dude, come on. We don't like him. If you read the books, you know. David is a red flag. But he moved back home because he broke up with his partner. And he's supposed to be being nice to Charlie. We'll see. Not Charlie. Nick and Charlie. We'll see if that even pans out because David is not a fan. But we don't like David. So. It's so cute how they just, like, know each other. Like, Charlie can really tell Nick's not in the best of mind spaces. And, like, I feel like you need me to come over. And I could use a hug. And he's like, okay, please come over. And gives him the biggest hug. And it's literally so cute. Like, it makes me blush. But it's so cute. I love it. And they're cute. Like, just look at them. Cuties. Not them saying, I love making you happy. And the other one says, I love making you happy too. Oh my god, I can't stop saying how cute they are, but they're literally the cutest. Like, this is like couple goals. Pretty sure Nick's drunk and he's very, like, protective, I guess, over Charlie. Like, I guess kind of like second guessing the relationship because, like, oh, like, you know, maybe Charlie is missing something, or like, I don't know. He's kind of like overbearing. Is how, like, Charlie was, like, putting it towards Nick. But I don't know. So much is happening, and then, like, Teo is, like, fighting with Darcy and, like, all. Aww, that's so cute. Nick just got seriously tackled in a game of rugby. Right back. Like, what the heck? Like, we'll have to call an ambulance if there's a chance he's concussed. Is he okay? He's bleeding from his head, mate. What do you think? there was a couple at the cafe that Charlie works at, and they were like talking about how, you know, we look after each other, that's what we do, don't we? And like, yeah, that's what we do. And I think that made Charlie realize that that's what like him and Nicky, they just like look after each other, and like gave him that realization, because recently like Charlie has been kind of feeling like Nick's overbearing and only like wants to care for Charlie, like doesn't let Charlie care about him, but like that's just how it is, like they both look after each other kind of thing. I don't know, I'm just loving this book, and I'm not like, I feel like I'm just reading it and like getting lost in the book and forgetting to update you guys. So I feel like my updates have been very bland, but they're coming. I love how they're having such a real conversation about how like they're in a relationship together, and they're like kind of struggling to find out who they are in that relationship, because that's such like a real topic. Like sometimes even I feel like in friendships and relationships, it's like, who am I outside of this friendship? Who am I outside of this relationship? There's more to me than just that relationship, and I love how they're communicating that with each other. And it's just so refreshing, because I feel like you don't often see that in books. I mean, this is a graphic novel, so it's a bit different than like a chapter book, but regardless, I feel like you don't see that often, and I'm glad that it's being shown. Because Nick goes, but who am I? Who am I without you? And it's like, you're Nick. You like rugby and Formula 1 and animals, especially dogs. You stick up for people even if it gets you in trouble sometimes. You always know when I need a hug, even if I haven't said anything. You make dumb jokes and you can be super cringe, and you don't care what anyone thinks. You're so gentle with the people you care about. You feel things so deeply even if you don't understand them yet, and you're brave enough to act on those feelings. You're so special it makes me want to cry and laugh and hold you all the time. And when you go to uni, you're gonna meet so many people, and if they're lucky, they'll see what I see. Like, tell me that's not the cutest thing you ever did read. Like, that's so adorable. It's so cute, and I love that. I love that. I love them. Nick and Charlie forever. And then like the guy at the cafe, the couple at the cafe, Charlie goes, I want to help you because we look after each other, don't we? Yeah, we do. I think the friendships like in this book and like the relationships are starting to get into Charlie's head, because they're like, oh, like teen couples, like they don't last, like not in most cases, like we can't be together, like love isn't the only thing in a relationship, blah blah blah. And that's really getting to his head. And so we'll see how this pans out. I'm gonna take a break for the night, and I'll probably come back to you guys tomorrow. We're on page 280, so we have like this much left. And so far so good, as I've said 1,000 times in this video. And yeah, I literally like started reading book 1 and was like, I can't wait 5 books. So I started this book, and you'll get these clips later on in the video. So kind of like a videoception, I guess, because real time, later time, whatever. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment about what videos you would like to see from me in the future. And I'll see you guys next week for a very fun and awesome video. Bye guys.